All right, guys, welcome to part two, page 186, I believe. Let me scroll down. Yep, 186. All right, so this one starts off with natural changes. Water, wind, and other non living things can change the environment, but living things can also cause changes. Skip an active reading. Animals and plants can make big changes to their environments. Animals can change the environment when they build shelters. Beavers can cause a new lake to form when they build a dam across the river using trees and sticks. The mounds that termites build add nutrients to the soil. The nutrients help other plants grow. Plants can change their environment too. One kind of plant may take over all of the space in the area. This makes it harder for other plants to survive. It can also make it harder for animals to live there. Some very small living things change environments by causing disease in plants and animals. Diseases harm plants and make animals sick. It could even kill them. And so at the top here, it shows you a beaver building a dam. It says beaver change the environment when they cut down trees and make canals to build dams. Termites can build mounds as high as 3-story building. Now that's higher than the school. Our school is only 1 story, and that's only about 10 feet high. But 3-story building is 30 feet high. That's pretty crazy. So before we do that, I'm going to read this down here. It says some algae blooms release poisons. Algae blooms use up oxygen in the air when the algae dies and decomposes. So this right here, you see algae, that's not good for a whole lot of plants and animals. It's not good for animals because they can't drink it and they can't get to the water. And then the fish underneath it can't get sunlight that they need. So this graph right here, it says interpret the line graph. What do you think might have happened to the beech trees in 2005? So you can see right here, and it goes from 400. Let's see, 2005 is at 450, and in 2007 it shoots up to about 500. So what do you think happened from 2005 to 200? And then after that, it just steadily declines and goes down and down and down. So what do you think would happen that year, that when they went up? So just write your answer here. Personally, since it went up, I would say it was a good area for trees to grow. Not it, there. Let's say there. Because obviously if 50 more trees grew, then it was a good place for them to grow. All right. Go into the next page. It says people and their environment. All right. This is a biggie one. Can you change the environment? You can, and you do. People change the environment every day. People can change the environment by using resources. Trees are cut down to build houses. Rocks and stones are dug up to make roads. People can change the environment by causing pollution. The exhaust from from cars and trucks can pollute the air. Trash can pollute the water and land. Excuse me. People sometimes cause events that usually happen naturally. When people are careless, they can start wildfires. Habitats can be lost when people build dams. In some places, new dams can even cause floods. So right here is one of the largest dams we ever built. People build large dams to control the flow of water. The flow of water is controlled so cities and towns receive just the right amount. So I believe this is the Hoover Dam right here. Some pretty cool stuff happens there. Reservoirs collect the water that is held back by a dam. People boat, swim, and fish in the reservoir. So right here they have the dam, and then right back here is the reservoir where the water is reserved, where it's saved. And they only let out a little bit at a time, just enough for the cities and towns to use it. So right in effect, it says campers forget to put out their campfire. And then you see this picture here with burned trees. So what do you think happens here? So they let the fire go, and so what happened? The fire burned down part of the forest. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. And it shows you the cause and effect there. Now this one was tricky for my class last year. Workers build new road through the forest. Well, and then you see some bears walking across the road, trying to block a bus. So since the workers build new roads through a forest, bears have lost their home because of the new roads. So while it's great and dandy that we have new roads, I think anytime we make a new road anywhere or cut through some trees, we're taking some animals' homes. So down here, garbage trucks collect people's trash. And then has a picture of a massive landfill with hundreds and hundreds of seagulls on it. So we're going to put the trash is dumped at a landfill where seagulls at a landfill. Oh, let's just keep that. The trash is dumped at a landfill. So all this, it looks like there's some water back here, and that is actually polluting the water, and all this trash is polluting the dirt that's right underneath it. Remember to pause the video if you need to copy it down. Next one, how can we help? So it's the Why It Matters section. Ecosystems change over time. Some changes are natural. Some changes are caused by people. How can people affect the environment in positive ways? So there's always things that we can do. So for example, adding plants to sand dunes can help prevent erosion. So right here, they're planting some plants on a sand dune. You can also plant them on the beach line, and you'll see a whole bunch of grass here. So that helps it naturally, but this can help slow down the erosion. So it slows down the ocean water or seawater, whatever water's on the beach, to take away enough sand because the plants hold some of it back. So it's just a little natural way that we can help it. There are many things we do to help the environment. Turning off a dripping faucet helps conserve water. Turning off lights you are not using helps save energy. Your parents will also be happy because it saves them a power bill and water bill. If you use less energy, we need fewer resources from the environment. We can also clean up the environment by cleaning up pollution. We can make smart choices to reduce the amount of trash we throw away. What can you do to help? All right. It says circle yes if the activity helps the environment and no if it does not. So I'll just show you here. I'll go over it with you. Polluting the water. Obviously, that does not help the environment. That makes animals sick, and that can make us sick. Cleaning up litter. Yes, cleaning up any trash does greatly help the environment because it doesn't make the soil toxic, and it just looks nicer. Recycling. Yes, it's always better to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Recycling materials means we have to make less things, so it saves time, money, and energy if we just recycle a little bit. Bicycling. How does this help? Well, yes, it does help because you're not using as much gas. You're not having to worry about doing any oil changes on your bike. You might have to grease up the wheels every now and then, but that's about it. And you're acting a little bit healthier because you're not just sitting there riding in a car. You're actively moving, getting your heart rate up, and exercising. Polluting the air. I always try to remind y'all about Bogalusa. If you ever been there, especially when that paper factory is going, you see all this kind of stuff, except you see a lot more. Polluting air is not good. It stops us from breathing. Well, it doesn't stop us, but it makes it very hard to breathe. And places like China are so polluted that people have to wear masks around while they walk because the air is so filthy. We do not want to become like that. We want to become cleaner. And the last one is planting trees. Yes, this helps the environment because, one, it helps stop erosion, especially if it's on the beach. And then, two, it helps you because it gives us more oxygen for us to breathe. And right here, I want you to complete that, but I'm not going over it because the answers are literally on the bottom of the page. All right? Not going over that. So this one is a little bit easier than before. And this one, we pretty much do it. You just have to go back and look at the story. Number 3 on the back of the page, on page 194. It says, write 3 ways you could help protect the beach habitat. Well, one way, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to give you the answers. Just make sure you're paying attention. So number 1, pick up trash. Number 2, plant plants. And number 3, clean out the water. Don't pollute the water. And this right here is giving you the words in order. You just have to figure out what letters go there. And yes, each letter be used one time. But as you can see, there's some double of them. So good luck, guys. You can do it. And then use these words to fill in the answers. I will see you in a little bit.